What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Harriet. Hey, before you watch this review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. Although I am glad that I now have watched a biopic about the great historical figure Harriet Tubman, unfortunately this Harriet movie is generic, badly written, and frankly quite boring. For whatever reason, the whole thing was done in the cheapest, most TV movie-like quality possible. And the story is more concerned with giving you the events as opposed to fully explore the character wrestling with themselves or the character's psychological journey. The real Harriet Tubman rescued so many slaves. She was an activist. She was a freedom fighter. She was a hero. So her story deserves a more cinematic and more compelling depiction than this. Directed by Cassie Lemons, Cynthia Erivo plays the icon Harriet Tubman in this tale about Tubman's inspirational life as she escapes from slavery and transforms into somebody who is determined to free hundreds of slaves and change the course of history. I had a conversation with a fellow YouTuber who, after the screening, told me that she's glad that this movie did not show graphic brutality that other slavery-themed movies out there often put heavy emphasis on. And I agree with her. Listen, when I said that this movie, Harriet, does little to no effort in making itself appear cinematic, I don't mean that this movie needs to show lynching and whipping and all that horrible stuff. What I mean is that this movie has no interesting cinematography whatsoever. It's all wide-angle frame and it looks like a stage play. Not to mention the dialogues sound rehearsed and the editing is not seamless. I mean, I've seen film student projects that are more well-made than this. I'm sure Cynthia and the rest of the cast members are lovely people, but because the material is not strong enough, their acting falls short of convincing. And there's not really any solid arc in the character Harriet Tubman either. There's no personal demon, there's no self-doubt, there's no human moment. She just immediately becomes this person who got her purpose figured out. Look, a movie doesn't have to always be nitty-gritty graphic to be absorbing. But Harriet doesn't even try to be a character study. It settles for mediocrity, and as I implied earlier, it's more concerned with capturing the events. So, overall, I feel like this film is the equivalence of that Steve Jobs biopic starring Ashton Kutcher, where a few years later after that, Danny Boyle and Michael Fassbender came along and gave us a more powerful depiction of Steve Jobs. So here I am, disappointed by Harriet, but keeping hope alive that someday a more visionary filmmaker, an actual brilliant storyteller, will tackle this character and show everybody how it's supposed to be done.